I recently took a little bit of a break from Albion, and since I've come back, I've mostly just been testing out the new content. But I've been doing that for a while now, so I think it's time to get back to my roots and go for some old classic solo ganking with the one-handed spear. So to start us off, while we watch me bully some poor plate armor holy staff noob who is semi-AFK in the black zone, the build that I use for this video is classically with a one-handed spear. I start with the cleric, but then I switch to the assassin jacket with the mist collar, fiend cowl, hunter shoes, Carleon cape, poison potions, and beef stews, along with, importantly, a pest lizard as my mount. For abilities, I use lunging stab on the Q and then harpoon on the W, along with life leech on the passive, and then special abilities across the board for armor and damage passives wherever possible. This setup isn't the greatest for fighting like 1v1s for example in the open world, however it is very good for ganking. As you can see in this clip, you can catch players off of their mount and dismount them using the passive of the pest lizard to fear them, and then catching them with that one-handed spear and harpoon to dismount them. Once they're dismounted, all you have to do is fiend cowl onto their boots, and you should be able to catch them with the one-handed spear's great mobility. Now, quick tip for all you guys, if you are transporting naked in the red zone or the black zone, do not wear a bag or boots because it just signals that you have stuff on you. If you're gonna go naked, don't wear anything else, and if you need to wear something else, put on some armor as well. Now, content can sometimes be pretty hard to find in the black zone, although one of the places that I've pretty consistently found people is at these little ghost towns scattered throughout the black zone where you can farm the arcane essence. Often there is somebody here that you can gank or fight. Unfortunately though, they're usually not in the highest tier gear. One of the things that I like the most and also like the least about open world games is that anything can happen. Take this clip for example, where a simple standard 1v1 gank can quickly turn into a very intense and close 1v1. But not with this curse guy, I mean with this battle axe, dude. Luckily for me, before I had engaged in this gank, I had actually checked the road out in this zone to see where it went, and it went right next to Caerleon, so I was able to get back just faster by going to Caerleon after I respawned, and then running through the road to get back to the bodies. Sometimes when you're ganking, you don't even have to gank people. Sometimes they just kill themselves. Now, if you're gonna play a one-handed spear build like the one I'm playing in the open world, just know that it does have some pretty big counters, like turret builds, for example. Turret builds are these builds like this Cursed Skull that I'm up against that specialize in being able to stand their ground and just fight. They have tons of damage, consistent healing, tankiness, defensives. The only thing they don't have is mobility. So despite me being on a much higher IP one-handed spear build, this guy is still just very easily able to sit there and beat me in a fight. Now, I often get comments on videos where I do ganking about me being in high tier gear and pretty much only killing people in lower tier gear, and that's true. Unfortunately, 99% of people in the Black Zone are in tier 6 or below, so those are just the type of people I find. But I always like clips like this because they show that even against a tier 8 gatherer on a moose, strategies and styles of ganking like this can be effective. On the flip side, this clip shows exactly why solo ganking is in such a terrible spot right now, relying completely on invisibility potions catching people out when they're dismounted, because if they are mounted, you have to use so many resources to dismount them that even a 4.1 person can put up a really good fight against you in tier 8 gear. Imagine if that guy had tier 8 gear. I would not be able to even ever go for him as a gank target. And speaking of bad solo experiences in Albion, I just feel bad for this guy. This clip is self-explanatory. Lastly, I found these 3 guys in skip set transport gear, so I wanted to see if I could gank one and if they'd leave him behind. These are always the moments that you look back and second guess yourself. Should I have turned to the guy that dismounted, or should I have gone for my original target? Maybe he dismounted because he had less loot on him. Unfortunately, he only had one extra set of gear on him, which was like a permafrost set that wasn't even that expensive. So maybe if I'd gone for my original target, it would have had more, but who knows. Anyways, that's all the clips I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something. If you did, do all the things you do to videos, and I will see you in the next one.